Hello, 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 welcome, welcome. um, yeah, let's try to finish off a couple things today. Um, I'm not sure which one is the best approach, to be honest. There's an easy way and the one that I prepared so far, but I think now that I decoupled rendering and render graph, shader graph, there's maybe an easier way to finish off everything for now. Maybe I think actually I like the easier way probably more anyways. So I think I will try that. Worst case we need to go back. Worst case we need to go back. Let's try. I think it should work. If not, it's not. I think I have everything submitted, so it shouldn't be too hard to go back. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the idea would be that, for example, dependencies graphics would have a dependency on Onyx UI privately, I would say. You don't need to expose that public, I think. Probably input actions as well on UI. Or do I like that? That's the question. Maybe I'm not sure. So right now I would have editor targets. Which maybe make things a little bit cleaner, I don't know. But it's still a little bit more complicated. And in theory I don't need the editor target. I think. Not sure which approach I like more. Or I need to sort something out on the second screen. All right. The thing is, no, I think we don't need the editor target. think we don't need the editor target. It's fine, I think. Can always do... Although... Wait, let me... One thing before. Input well, input binding. Maybe. Did input binding? Maybe not. Ah, because it's all... Ah, it's handled all outside. Yeah, I can remember. Right. Well, actually, is it handled outside? Oh yeah, it is handled outside. Hello. Still cleaning up the last bits and pieces of the big refactor, and currently I'm thinking so we split Onyx graphics now into two, which is Onyx RHI, which is just a render API wrapper, and into Onyx graphics, which is higher level things like render graph, data graph, texture asset, and more specific things like scattering, and in theory lighting should go in here. And then Onyx UI only depends on Onyx RHI now, which is clean. Onyx graphics as well only needs Onyx RHI, which is why we basically broke up all the dependencies in that way. And now the only question is, how do I do the last bits and pieces? Because this one, as it has the render graph, it needs some debug UI drawing for the node graphs. And for now, I thought I would have basically here a separate one, which is called editor, which links against graphics and against Onyx UI. But technically, I don't need that anymore, because technically I could link here against UI already, now that I split everything up. So I would not need this separate target. Which I'm not sure. The separate target makes it a little bit more complicated to implement everything. And to link against, actually. I think it only adds complexity that's not needed. And that would only be a optional anyway, so if building editor, we link against that. Otherwise we wouldn't even link against it. For the node graph editor. To render the nodes it has. Like for example, sample texture node, right? It has pin names and yeah, how it draws basically. Hey, GT Bobby, welcome. I mean, even though here it actually doesn't have a lot of editor code. Oh no, I removed it. Ah, that's why it's gone actually. That's why the thing was not working. Okay, I see. Yeah. But basically it has this node here and this one. Yeah. Can you get that stuff out? Well, yeah, I could. But that would mean so yeah, for this basically, for all those renderings here, most of those are most of those nodes are defined in graphics, Onyx graphics. Not all of them, I think this is editor, but yeah, most of them are in Onyx graphics. Going that route, that it's basically not inside the node, would be basically this approach, right? That we have Onyx graphics, which is basically just the runtime version, or like runtime lib basically, which is in the final game. And then we would have a split off here for the editor. Editor only lib. And then all the rendering goes in here for node graphs. This split or what? Yeah, maybe. Or which one do you mean would be better with a different UI framework? Let's say, wait, let's do one thing. So this is option 1. Ah, shoot. And that would be option 2. Which would be blinking against that. Not having that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will go for the split, but it's a little bit more complicated. And it adds a little bit of complexity right now. I mean, complexity, maybe the wrong word. It adds another layer, basically, is maybe the better word. Because I think I have an example of that already. Volume terrain component. If that volume terrain component would be one of those, and I can show what it would entail. So the thing is, previously components had a draw property grid here, right? If we are in the editor. But as this would not have an editor anymore, because that would be just a runtime library, and we would have an Onyx volume editor, which I think I have here, yeah. This would not be the case anymore here. And I could not in my component. I mean, that's not bad, but it's just a thing that I have to change. In my component meta so far, I had a draw property where I basically went into the instance and called the virtual, well, the not virtual, but the public function basically based on the type. That wouldn't, I mean, I could still support that, that doesn't matter, but it basically would go more into this direction. But not that, but I would need to have a lookup. So basically I would need to have a component inspectors, get inspector basically based on the type, based on the type, and then draw. And that's mostly because I need to register this after the fact, because yeah, it would be worse. I mean, yeah, it probably would, but I mean, that's editor code, right? Does it matter for editor code? No, I wouldn't say so. The performance for that is minimal. But technically it would be a little bit less performant because it's not just a function call anymore, it has a lookup into a hash map or vector. So this would be a lookup into a collection and then the call to the function. Realistically, it's minimal the performance. So I think it's fine. As it's editor code. It's, yeah, but I mean, I love feedback, and it's always nice to bounce off ideas, so I think Unreal does it as well, somewhat similar to this approach. They will have a lookup probably as well, I would assume. Not that this is right or wrong, but yeah. The only thing is this makes it a little... I mean, no, not really. Let me think a little bit more. Another benefit of the split here is that like the code is outside of the actual target. So like those targets are really then just basically what comes into the actual game. And I could move some code that currently lives in those targets here into those. For example, which one would be one of those? For example, actually the volume stuff. Where is that? Was that here or was that in editor? Yeah, like those terrain tools. They could move into Onyx volume editor, right? Instead of living inside Onyx editor. So there is benefits to both approaches and downsides to both approaches. I'm wondering if that would even already... I should have tried that maybe before, but yeah, I'm wondering if how I split up the libraries is already good enough for Linux or not. But that's not really testable right now. I will think a couple more minutes and then we will start. Because I just don't want to do it halfway and then... I mean, that might still happen, but I don't want to start it and then halfway through realize that I was maybe not the best choice. Eventually that could still happen, even though I'm thinking about it now, but... The benefit would be we could clean up most of the dependencies of Onyx editor, probably. Because most of the stuff could go into the respective editor targets. Which actually would be not so bad. Most of the components anyways should be auto-generated, so I don't really need to care too much about those. It's more about stuff that's not auto-generated, like the scene panel, scene editor. All of those could move out as well into, for example, game core, because game core has the scene, so it makes sense that that one would have the scene editor. I would actually clean up I mean, it could still move just into the Onyx game core. No, I think we will go the route of 2 libs, even though it adds like the indirection. I think the I mean, maybe I don't need to. I would really would love to boot now into Linux to try to build. But I mean, I guess I could can I? I mean, I could try to do it in VSR. I could try to build in VSR, even though it's a little bit odd, but ls, where am I? mntc project. No? Oh yeah, project. And then Linux. Git pull. Oh, I don't have the credentials, I think. No, I don't have. Really? I've not logged in there. Weird. How did I? Jesus, what is my password? Well, I have really no idea why it does that, but yeah. And let's hope it lets me copy paste my password in there. Or unfortunate. Wait, why is it? Jesus. Whatever. It's not that important. I don't need to build it now. I could try it later. Although I think it should be fine. Actually, I can sync probably. Oh wow. My eyes on the can't see sharp. Nice. Can't I do? Well, I think I will revert all of those. And now do a pull. Perfect. And then let's go to VSR. Yeah, probably. I have actually, yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter. See projects. Is that not? Is that not what it's called? Oh, I didn't. Did I not? I might not have submitted that. Well, that's unfortunate. Did I really not submit that? Yeah, then it's not that easy actually. I don't remember anymore how. Well, I could, but I don't really bother now to fix that generation script. I thought I already have submitted that, but maybe not. Oh well. No, I think we were. Yeah. Yeah, actually, that might just be. Yeah, well, but I think there was more than just the line endings, but yeah. Yeah, this probably was just the line endings, but I think I did more than that. Or did I submit some stuff to the actual game project? That's the problem. No, I don't think so, right? Yeah. I think it's quite some time ago. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. One other downside of the split is the creation of the project. But technically... Actually, no, actually... I should split it. I think. Yeah. I think we go with a split. Because one thing I realized as well is when I build the project, like from a game project perspective now, I always want to have a game project editor executable and a game project runtime executable, which is the actual game. And I could have two different... So on Visual Studio, it would be nice to have both in the same solution, right? So we have an Irrlicht here, which would be the runtime, and then an Irrlicht dash editor for the editor. And for that, it would make sense that this one links against all Onyx libs, of course, plus all Onyx editor libs, which would be those ones, and then this one would just link against Onyx libs, because otherwise I think it would be hard. Well, actually no, it probably would work if they have different compiler, well, different preprocessor flags, it would still work. But I think it would make more sense having it like that, instead of having here Onyx editor to 0 and here Onyx editor to 1, and then suddenly magically it just does something different, right? Instead of that, basically. I think the split libs makes more sense. Probably cleaner. Even though it maybe is a little bit more work, it probably is cleaner. All right. That being said, all right. So then let's try to build that. So the thing would be, well, I need to do the shader generator, the code generator then as well. That one needs changes as well. Jesus, I need to clean up my project directory. There is so much stuff already. Actually, I need to... So I would be as well curious why you, GD Bobby, always lose your progress. Because I can change the CMake files and I don't lose progress, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I'm not sure what you are doing different or I'm doing different, but it's definitely something on my list that I want to find out. Because if CPM add package or fetch content for that matter makes it difficult to work with, then it's definitely not really worth it. But yeah, not sure where it's going wrong. Because yeah, the only time I lose progress is if I remove the build directory, so this one. Because in here, the dependencies, that one stores what we have synced, and it basically stores in here the Onyx directory, which, yeah. Well, the synced Onyx engine version. And if you would wipe that, it would re-sync this Git repository. Yeah. But that's the only idea I have why it would do that. Alright, so let's open that one. And then let's first try to figure a couple of things out. So this one already generates that part, but that has to change now. So for components, we do it different now. The component generator will slightly change. For the... Yeah, me neither, but it seems to happen, so I would at least want, even if it's like something that GD Bobby does weird, it would be at least nice to know so people can be pointed to not to do that. But so far I wouldn't even know what is the cause for it, but yeah. That's the serialize, that's the property grid here, so that's the thing we need to change. And this one probably doesn't go here, but it goes into Onyx entity probably. Right, volume terrain component, yeah. And then it's this syntax here. So instead of bool that, it's still bool, but component inspector that draw this, and that's about it actually, I think. And then alt editor include if our bool has read only fields, is component fields any Wait, what? That is not quite right. That's feared. Is okay. So that would be that. Then that would be here. Yeah. And that might already be good enough for that part. Then I noticed that in my header. The pragma ones somehow after the includes. Which is bizarre. Oh wait, is it because it would be here, right? Yeah, that's I think it. Let's try that. Which one are we generating? Game core. Yeah, that actually would work. Okay, almost. Oh, that didn't work. And the generator didn't work. Has read-only fields. Oh, well, if that is the case, sorry, then we do that. So that's number one. And then current namespace. Ah, okay. Our current namespace would be this. Let's rerun that. Okay, did that finish? Kinda ish. Oh, and then we need. Oh, okay, yeah, we need a little bit more. So that would be that. Or actually, Let's do that, and then I think volume terrain. How does it work? Ah, it takes the component as a first parameter. Perfect. So that would be component type name. Percent out. And then probably yeah, I mean probably component type and just component function parameter name. Where is that actually how it's called? Ah, no. Yeah, let's actually then not do that. Let's keep it simple. And then each field default editor. But how would I know that? That's a bit stupid. Would be nice if that just happens automatically. Because now I need to do that, which is kind of shit, right? So I probably wouldn't want to have it like that. I would think about that, but yeah, it basically would be that. Okay, and then that is the only thing that's missing, the component meta include. And then that would be it. Okay. So two things that I would probably want to change. Well, maybe protected. Generate feared. Maybe I return it like that, right? So string. And then we return. Why would that not work? Hmm. Maybe I actually change it. Let's give it the field name here. Yeah, I actually did. I can show you. It was actually not that difficult after all. Field name. Yeah, I thought so too, but then I read a little bit more about the barriers and I think I've got it working. So the thing was, does this start? No, right? Did it start? Probably not. Shoot. Well, let's see, maybe we can generate and then it does it again. So that would be set out beards and then probably we still didn't do the component meta, of course. So that would be here. What? Oh, it's the wrong. Wait, did I do the wrong? Oh, I did the wrong. Wrong namespace. Maybe this appears. Well, of course it doesn't. That's this. Oh, and one more thing. Draw properties. This goes away. Component inspector. All right. Oh wait, that doesn't actually make. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, so, fine. It will probably. I'd probably want build, but. Nah, it probably doesn't build. Because if I'm not mistaken, volume terrain component, does this not have a... Somewhere I have to have this defined, right? Or not? Or maybe not, okay. Well, Probably a mistake as well. I love that song. We need the... I need the include as well, but let's see. Maybe I can get it to work without that. What is it complaining about? Eh? Oh, wait. What did I do here? Hold on, what? I see. Let's do it like that then for now. But I definitely want to change that. That should at least, yeah, build that correctly again. That might actually work because we are just missing all the editor code, but... Yeah, how did I manage that? Component ID. Oh. Wait, but why was... Whatever. Will it blend again? Probably not. I mean... Almost. Okay, well, we forgot something somewhere. Ah, here. Field name. Ah, another one. Oh, here. Perfect. Almost perfect. Ah, and then... Okay, yeah. Sample texture node. Let's kill those again for now. Alright, so it hopefully boots. Yes, so yeah, we don't have any artifacts here anymore. I can move as much as I want and there are none. And it was basically just in ImGUI system. I needed the correct barrier in front, which was... Where was it? Up here somewhere. Yeah, this barrier. Basically, I need to wait for all color attachment rights to have finished. And the stage, I think it was, let me see. It was 40, right? So I think it was this one, color attachment output bit, basically for the stage of the color attachments to finish. So I wait for all writes and all color attachment stages. And then the source and the destination doesn't really matter. It's none, and that's, I think, top of the pipe. And with that, basically, I block until all color attachments are written to. And then the imgui runs afterwards. The blueprint stuff. I'm not quite sure if I follow, but I don't need to compile it because I generate. Well, unless I would want to make it even more optimized, but I'm not sure if that's really needed. But it could work similar like the shader generator. I could write there. So like imgui render sequentially after the scene. Oh yeah, that yes, and then well, is it an interpreter? I mean, not really. It's like function calls like, because my nodes are just like in a cyclic graph, right? It's, I mean, I guess you could say it's very similar to an interpreter, but not really, because there's not a virtual machine or anything in between. It's just function calls and pins that get forwarded, like data that gets forwarded. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think so. For example, Snowdrop, the node graphs, they are very similar to mine. They don't compile them in any way as well, and they shipped multiple games with more than 60 FPS, so I don't think it's necessary. And Unreal has a virtual machine, which is why they are a little bit slower. Not sure why they chose to have a virtual machine. There's probably a reason for it, like a technical reason. Maybe it's like legacy, right? That could be as well. But so far I don't think I need that. Okay, so I have this, but that's not good enough, I think. I need more than that. I need more on CMake for that. Because we need to as well generate .h files for that to work. Oh, but that's, yeah, that will be actually quite some work here. Yeah, Unreal has or had a compile to native. Someone, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. Someone I think in my company told me that they removed that again. And it doesn't exist anymore, the compile to native for their blueprints. I mean, maybe it still exists. As I said, I don't know. But yeah. Component inspector. Let's make that. And we need a age as well. And that would go into the editor. Public path. which I am not even sure if it exists. But I will probably... Wait, append to target added to a private path, but where does that come from? Does that come from here somewhere? That's bizarre. Wait, what? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Where does that come from? Ah. Here, okay. Wait, it does exist, but it's wrong, okay. Public binary there. And now we basically do the same thing. Public binary dear. Well, I mean, I guess that would be the component thing, but yeah, I think we could have that just like that, and then this is... Don't think... Well, okay, yeah, we do need to do that. We need to do that probably. Then we touch those two files as well. Now we add them. Public editor sources, right? Yeah. That should hopefully do it. And then the code generator needs to, of course, do that as well. So basically, I want another header. Private void generate component inspector header. And that is pragma once. This namespace. And then code generator. Probably not that. Or well, maybe that, not that. And let's do an shared one. Basically using code generator enter scope struct component inspector at that. And that would be our component name. And then another one using code well, we could actually do that in one go here, right? Enter function basically. I think that should be fine. Then highest runtime only fields. But actually, never mind, we don't enter a function. We just write out the function, right? Because we only define it, well, we only declare it, we don't, or the other way around. Always forget that. And that should be... Wait, but it's not that, it's enter class, right? Yeah. Might work. Do I need to... Probably forward declare would be fine, right? But let's see. Let's first generate that project again. And this time I already changed that I don't push that to the normal code gen, but to the dev branch. So at least I don't break other people's things. It's not a prefix of a file. That's fair, but why would I have... Oh, wait. I need that. Editor public. Okay. I think that should be better. There might be a better way to do that. There probably is, but it gets the job done with CMake. So might as well. Okay. And then if I run that, so I should have headers now, exactly. And then if I run that, oops, that doesn't work. What if I run that? Oh, generate component inspector CPP. So I think, oh, out, what, but why is there even an out path here? Hold on. Although maybe out editor path. Ah. Generated public path suffix relative h. Wait, why is that there? Ah, here. Or I don't think I need that. I can just write out. I think I can just do that. Probably with a new line join. Or like that. Yeah. No, that didn't work. Or what? I mean, that should work. Where are you? Editor generated object. Is that not where it's going? Mm-hmm. Wait, why is Okay, no, that's fine. Goes into editor generated public Onyx game core. Is that not fine? Oh, well, never mind. That should probably be somehow as well part of a setting or something like that, the name. Oh, beautiful. But we need to do a forward declare or what? Okay, I think we need the forward declare. I think I have that somewhere already. But where? Module generator probably. Oh, what? Did I not have? In the header, I usually should have that in the header, and I'm pretty sure I have that. That's the wrong header. Generate module header. No. Ah, it's not. It should be here. Or did I remove that? I might have actually removed that. Never mind. So I mean, I guess here. Oh, we need to enter the namespace, right? Onyx entity. So we definitely need to enter that one. We could actually enter that before doing the components. And yeah. Then I need to still forward declare this one. Although, could I just... Or do I just include it? That would make it simpler. I mean, technically... Yeah, well, let's just include it. So basically, I think I would do those two in here. And then what we do is here, header is that. And then that one would be let's get rid of that, I guess. That should do it. So that has this include here. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, we are missing that one. And then this one, unfortunate. I mean, I guess. Guess it would just be this, right? And then that. That would work, I think. Ah, without the public. Okay. Fair. Wait. Has to be this, right? No? Would it be Onyx game? No, it would. It would be that. Okay, never mind. Then. Oh wait, what am I doing here? Oh, that should be. Is that not it? Oh no. And the include directories doesn't have that inside or what? Generated. Oh no, it doesn't, right? Yeah, I see. That's unfortunate. So it would be that public path prefix without the public. Kinda. Or the removal doesn't work like that, right? But maybe I need to split that, or I would need to add it to the paths. Do I build that manually or no, right? That is what I get from the Tomer file, I think. Yeah. Fortunate. Or I guess we could do if public path suffix. Let's actually build that. And then if the relative include path. Then I basically remove it. So we still build it normally, but then for the include path, we skip it. Maybe. Not the nicest thing, but... Yeah. Oh. Okay, yeah. But I still need to change. Still want to replace all of those. Or actually just in this one, right? The other ones are fine. Because those are just generated files. Or output paths. Yeah, perfect. I think... It doesn't matter. It would be nice if that would be the first one, but whatever. Okay. Oh yeah, we didn't do the semicolon yet in the header. Here at the end, this one. And then I need editor init function basically, which is great. So basically, I think I would want to most likely... Yeah, probably would want to copy those or here. Well, that's the question now. I mean, probably it should be here. The question is, how would I do that? So I built all my components here. No, actually... might be fine. Maybe I do it here in the bootstrap. So that would be all global functions, and then code generator append. Something like that. Directories. Maybe not, let me think. Maybe I do. Or maybe we do it slightly different. Maybe that one actually. So maybe that one outputs actually a list here. Of like files generated. I mean, as well, it could be a list, right? I enumerable. Well, actually, it's 2, but it's, I mean, technically, yeah, whatever. So that would be the header, right? So we append the header path. And then we definitely append the CPP path here. And then here. Why is that a thing? Oh, that's that one, and that is the header. And editor CPP path. That's some slow progress, but it will probably work. And then the only thing is the register that's missing. Oh. Generated component files. Generated really? Do I need to mark it as out or as ref or something like that? Maybe I need to add it as ref. Huh. Well, that didn't work. Because I think I know why, but let's do a list. That doesn't matter. Because append doesn't really append, right? Stupid. I would need to do an assign again afterwards. But that's fine. So this should now work. Yeah. All right. That would work. And then I just need to... The question is, I think it's still cleaner if... I think it's still cleaner if we do the init here. In like a separate... Similar to... Similar to the module stuff. I think I would want to probably add one path to the include directories. I think I will do that because that will make this go away. So let's maybe do that. I think I would want to do that. have that here for the editor header path. Get rid of that. And then in CMake, here, include directories. Which basically is generate target editor public binary dir maybe. Although I'm not sure if that is the one I want. No, I think it is. I think it should be. Let's find out. And then if we build that now, includes two. No, that's not correct. Oh, it's too much. What? Really? Oh yeah, it is. It would be just that. Then let's just add that, I guess. That way the code generator at least doesn't have this hard-coded, which is a good thing. Alright. I think I need one more file then. Yeah, that is Coke, yes. Coke 0, to be precise. Oh wow, yeah, if we have an editor target, we do a couple of more things here. Yeah, I have no idea how I can do that, to be honest, because what I really can't stand is warm Coca-Cola. So I don't know how he can have a 2-liter bottle next to him and just drink that for the whole day. It will get warm, and that's just, in my opinion, disgusting. Generated editor target init header or init. Do I need a header for that? I think I do, right? Yeah. Wait, but wait, how does that work? Ah, and then I have the CPP as well. Okay, yeah, never mind. So probably I do that here. That one I'm a little bit more sussed out if that's correct. So that would be editor. And that would not be this, but it would be target editor public binary dir. Now we would have as well those. That's all very ugly, not gonna lie. Can I do that better? I mean, maybe. I could maybe do it better, but is it really worth it? Is the question. Or is there maybe, wait, is there maybe another better way? Let me think. I think I might need some more Coca-Cola. For that. Yeah, I will get something to drink. Be right back. Alright. So what I don't really like about all of that is how obscure the head of, like, the CMake file already gets. So I'm wondering if there is a better way. But I guess I could always clean up this CMake file later. And just don't really care about it for now. Generated public editor sources, generated public and private. So this would be target editor private binary dir. And I'm not sure. I mean, probably it should be added in there. Which is, I'm not sure if that's the smartest thing. Well, let's add it. It's fine, I guess. Let's add it. I need to do that as well, just to be sure, so that those files exist. And I think that's it. I think I as well need here the generated editor stuff. As things, and at that point I don't know, I guess it's fine. Some mistakes were made, I would say, along the lines, but it's fine. I'm wondering if there is... Probably there is a better way. But it's most likely fine. So it should now have 2 more files here. If I did it correct. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. And then basically what I would want to do is in the code generator, write that out. So basically, I guess that would be a new thing, right? I mean, it would be very, would it be very similar? Probably not, actually. But we could create a new... Do I even want to create a new one? I'm not sure. I mean, probably. Oh wait, did I actually generate the file now? Does that now look... Oh, it doesn't look fine. Why not? Shouldn't that have been the case that... Generated public. Wait. Oh, did I do the wrong one? Of course I did the wrong one. Wait. Oh yeah, here. I'm wondering, yeah, that's probably... Eventually I will clean that up, but I think for now it's fine with the code generator. I think it would be nice maybe if the targets are split even in the code generation. But that would be a little bit more work, I would say. But maybe I will do that in like a company every first Friday of the month. We can do whatever we want. Maybe I do it there. Because I cannot stream that anyways, but might be nice to do. Alright, so that works now. Nice. So yeah, this one should go... Or do I just do it now? Wait, let me... Because that would make that part simpler as well, the generation of this one. Maybe. But what would that entail? I think it would mean... Not necessarily this, but another custom command with the generated editor stuff. And yeah, it will basically run at the same time. It might need to run... I think it might need to depend on other sources. Do I have the sources for that? Maybe? Are they all maybe not easily available, but yeah. Because I do think... Yeah, I do think they are different. But that's fine for now. So that would be this target, running Onyx code generation for editor. And the thing is, I might need a different... Well, let's see if that even works. So the idea would be this should now run a different code generator, right? That's fine, I don't care about that. I want to see, did it run the code gen? Onyx editor. Onyx game core editor, perfect. Okay. So that worked. That would work. Okay, in that case, we might be able to, I might be able to clean that up a little bit better. So then I think what I would want to do is actually slightly different again. So I think that goes back into Onyx target. Maybe, or maybe not. Let me think. No, I think it goes in here again. And then that goes away. Probably. That goes away. Although, hold on, maybe not. Might be a bit too much once. I mean, it would be nice if that would be possible, but I think it's not that simple. Although it could be. That's a bit hard to do. Maybe I keep it for now like that, but I think I will mark that down here as a potential improvement. Code chain could be split or like split. But that would make that quite... Yeah, I would probably do that in a separate path. But for now, I think that's good enough, and we will just live with it. So basically we would do that. And I think the only difference I would do is generate that with this. With a different name. Or with a different path, basically. Set code gen config. Okay, and that is the other one. And is where true maybe. False maybe. Config path out path and is editor target. And then this would be here. Yeah, probably, maybe. That would at least make some things a little bit simpler, maybe. Let's see if that actually works. Probably made a mistake somewhere in the CMake files. I would assume. Maybe not. Code gen editor config. Okay, that's good. I guess that has an is editor target 1. Perfect. So basically what I would want to do is parse that in the main file. Is editor target. Probably that is just false by default. But that's fine. And then Yeah, that's a little bit different then, I guess, but yeah. I mean, basically what I would probably want to do is have here component inspectors. Is Onyx entity are actually slightly different than that, right? Want it based on a template. Or is it actually derived from? No, right? So that's not actually what I want. Type database get types, where type has where type fully qualified name starts with Onyx entity component inspector, and type is not template type probably. I think that should do it. Maybe. And then I think as well type database. I mean, maybe not in it, but basically I would want to add it. Add type, and let's add that. Actually, I think, hold on, that's types, right? And then yeah, that's a little bit, it's not that simple maybe. Although that would be actually fine. Could probably make that work. But it's fine. Let's keep it simple for now. Would be something like for each of those. Okay. And let's add don't need to resolve anything, I think, for now. I think that should be fine. Maybe that should. The thing is, yeah, I need more stuff here basically. So here I need as well config.is, where target config is editor target. Hello. And then only if that is the case. I do use it. I do use it. Yeah, this is C#, yeah. It doesn't have it. Well, it has path, but yeah, it doesn't have a type for it. So basically we only do that if we are the editor target. And then let's move that in here for now. Let's remove, although I mean technically maybe that's debatable, but yeah, let's leave it. I don't know. So I think that should not generate anything, hopefully. Well, that has 12 and that has 0, perfect. So that's what I thought. And then code, or arguments, sorry. Thought I would get further than what I did today, but what can I do? Code gen editor. It's always a little more. Oh, where? Did that actually generate stuff? Okay, so that's bad. That shouldn't happen, but it's fine. So I guess it's not ordered, but let's see. Well, actually I can go in there. Do we have elements in there? No. Why? Type database. I guess it just didn't add them, or... Wait, no, that should be... Yeah, that should be fine, right? Oh, editor had Onyx entity component inspector. And then, well, we add a type here. Never mind. Oh, but is it a template type? Wait. Types? How can it already contain that? I mean, what? How is that possible? Oh wait, it is. That's interesting. Well, I think that's a side effect, but it's fine. I mean, but then even then, why would you not return that? Ah, because it's not in the path, right? I think that needs to go. Yeah. Okay. Because the path was wrong. All right. And with that, we could generate now the CPP for the module. Oh, that's not so simple. I thought that would be way easier, to be honest. I think I will call it a day though. I'm a bit tired. The coke didn't help. Nice, a 15 stream streak. Yeah, maybe tomorrow in the morning I want to clean that up a little bit. We will be streaming tomorrow, but a little bit later again because I visiting my family, but probably around the, well, earlier than today, but not before like 2:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, I hope that tomorrow we can finish this off. I want to get back to the Wayland stuff, finish that off so that we can finish off 05, but the whole static library dependency stuff was a little bit more cumbersome than I would have hoped to resolve. But I will maybe do a quick test on Linux now as well, still how it looks with the latest changes. But yeah, I'm a bit done. Was we had like a visit as well today, so it was already quite a lot. I probably want to wind down a little bit. But yeah, I think that is the cleanest approach moving forward. It just takes a little bit of restructure, like smaller restructure than what we did the couple of days before, but and it's basically already there. It's just the last file here, filling this one so that all the editors are registered automatically. But that already works, which is nice. I mean, maybe. Actually, I will rename that, right? Because it's camera component inspector, which is kind of useless. I will rename them to camera component inspector without the underscore. But yeah, all of that will be done tomorrow. And I think with that, once those editor targets are done, yeah, I think it's in a good state then. I mean, I've said that a couple of times and then smaller stuff always comes up and we have to do some changes, but I think the engine takes its shape slowly and becomes like somewhat a product. That's hopefully usable. No, I don't. No, I don't. Why? I mean, technically the engine comes with like the like sky rendering and everything out of the box, right? I'm not sure. Why would you, like, I mean, I can do a vertex shader for a triangle, but I don't have one now. I mean, we can talk, but I'm not quite sure. Ah, you mean for the shader graph or what? Okay. Maybe. I mean, so far I didn't do a vertex shader with a shader graph, so yeah. Well, I created vertex shaders, but not... Oh yeah, I mean, a little bit. No, I mean, maybe, yeah. Could down. Or like maybe a cube. Yeah, something like that, yeah. Like a quad, maybe. Quad, triangle. Yeah, could both work. I don't have that yet. But yeah, could make sense. I will write that on the road, well, not really on the roadmap, but on the list of features I have on the roadmap. It is like too small of a thing, but yeah. Okay, I mean, I love the input, and yeah, looking forward to the merge request, because you did a couple of fixes as well, I guess. All right. It will be fun merging that all up again into the dev branch. It will probably blow up everything. All right, I will take a little bit of time off and well, off the PC, and then maybe do the Linux test later. And then we will be back tomorrow and hopefully finish off this mess of a refactor. I would have hoped that we'd do it today, but it's just so much small things that have to be done. Thank you for joining. See you tomorrow. Have a nice rest of your Saturday. And yeah, hope to see some of you tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a good night.